Imagine after all that time away, just being out and being one of the boys for a minute, it's got to feel pretty good. What's it been like to be out with everyone?
Yeah. Feels like we've been going for quite a while now. We got here last week, and there was only like 4 or 5 of us, and then basically everyone started rolling in this week, and can't believe we're still almost a week out from camp. But it's been a lot of fun. Slowly, just kind of getting to know guys, and that's something that'll take a little while to just get settled and comfortable in the locker room. And in a way, you want to show your respect, especially to the veteran guys in this room that set the tone and the example for this team every day. And then, as I've been saying, I just want to slowly find my way and contribute where I can, and find ways to earn that respect and earn my stripes with this group too. But yeah, it's been a long time, and in a way too, it feels like the last couple of years have gone by in the blink of an eye, and in some things that it's almost like sometimes you don't even remember what skate you put on first, but then once you get going, you don't even think about it, and everything is just muscle memory. So it's fun to just get back in that routine and get back into the structure of an NHL camp and an NHL season.
How are you feeling physically so far?
Pretty good. I mean, again, it's when you're away from the game for that long, no matter what, it takes some time to get things up to speed, and it's been good to be on the ice. You do a lot of 3-on-3 and small area stuff where you don't have a lot of space, and those are the situations you kind of get a little bit hasty, a little bit excited, and make a play that you wouldn't have made if you were slowing things down and be a little bit more patient. But that sort of thing will start coming back, and I'm sure my game will progress and improve throughout the entire season too.
Jonathan, you often hear young players will maybe go to a coach, say, I want to play as many preseason games as possible, maybe even some veterans. Do you have a number? There's 6 this year. Is there a number that might work for you, or is that something you're just going to deal with as it comes?
I mean, I won't say a number. I'll talk to Arnie about that, but probably the more the better at this point. I think we got quite a bit of rest, or we got at least almost a full week between our last preseason game and our first game of the season. So yeah, I think I've done all the conditioning and training and all the stuff you can do on and off the ice to prepare. So at this point, it's just about kind of getting in the rhythm of a day where you show up, you get morning skate, and you go home and get prepared, and then you find ways to get to bed and recover, and then do it again the next day. And so I think there's that, and there's also just going out there and playing in the game and playing at this speed and at this level again. So just as I mentioned before, just trying to settle in and not overthink things, and start to feel the game again.
Can you describe how your legs are? Looks like you're moving pretty well.
Yeah, I feel great. I'm really happy. I think throughout the summer there's going to be those days where you're training pretty hard off the ice, and you go out there and nothing's working, and you're just kind of slugging away, and then you got to kind of just let those days go and remind yourself that it's not going to be perfect every day. You're not going to feel 100%. But at this point now, it's like all the off-ice stuff kind of boils down, and you're on the ice much more, and you're just fine-tuning your game. So I feel like I got much more speed, much more energy on the ice too, and I know it's only going to improve too.
I don't know if this is silly to ask, given you're one of the most decorated players in NHL history, but it's been a while since you've been new to a group. So would you allow yourself any first day of school nerves, or I hope they like me?
For sure, for sure. You want to belong. You want to be part of the team, and like I said, it is a new experience for sure. Especially after being away from hockey as long as I have been, to kind of integrate, so to speak, into a new locker room. So yeah, Monday when the whole team was here, is meeting a lot of new people, not just the players but the staff as well, and that's part of the fun. It's already easy to pick up on why this team has a lot of chemistry in the locker room and on the ice, and a lot of guys with a lot of talent, but also a ton of character in this room too. So you can feel that already, and it's fun to be a part of something like that.
What does it mean to have a lot of guys cheering you on? I saw Patrick Kane was interviewed, Patrick Sharp, those guys, former teammates in Chicago. What is their support meant to you?
It means a lot. I mean, we went through quite a lot together, and had some great memories in the city of Chicago with guys like Sharpie and Kaner, and it's nice to see that we still have that bond, not only because we won championships, but because of everything we went through together, and we all wish each other well, no matter what happens. And there's a time there where every year it was the same group, the same faces, and we knew we were going to have a chance to win and go deep in the season. And it's almost like you get to a point where you think things are never going to change, and then now it's life is completely different for everybody. So, it's interesting to see how things change. And but yeah, I appreciate the kind words from those guys.
Obviously, a lot of focus on things like conditioning as you come back skating. But what about the hands? And you're one of the best face-off guys in the league. Is that going to be muscle memory? You can just pick that right up, or it's such a timing thing, right? Does that take some work to get back to?
I hope so. I think so. Not everything's going to be perfect off the start. There's going to be days where there's little hitches or some rust that you got to shake off, and just trying to remind myself again not to overthink it, not to get too frustrated, that you got to keep working on your game. That's the great thing about hockey is there's just so many skills you got to work on. There's so many different aspects of the game, and you're constantly trying to keep it all together and get better in all those areas. So I'm a player that I've always prided myself on playing a complete game, playing two ends of the rink, and you're gonna make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. I'll be out there with some really good players that are helping make me look better, and just go out there and have fun and keep working.
What's it like to hear guys like Braden Yeager, who we talked to yesterday, say, when he was a young kid coming up, that his coaches and parents always said, like, watch Sidney Crosby, watch Jonathan Toews. Those are the two players that he was told to always keep an eye on for the 200-foot game. Is it flattering? Does it make you feel a little older when you got players now on your team here in the system that looked up to you like that?
Yeah, definitely both. Yeah, it's definitely flattering to be mentioned in a sentence like that. And I think, I've gotten pretty used to every young kid growing up wanting to be like Patrick Kane. So I get a little tired of hearing that once in a while. But yeah, that feels good to hear too.
What about since you're kind of getting back into a routine now, what did you miss about the game that maybe you didn't realize now that you're kind of getting into it again?
Well, I've been talking a lot about just being around this group, and I think that's the number one thing. Being away from hockey, you talk to some of my former teammates in Chicago that are retired now, and I think that's the one thing they always mention too, that they miss being around the guys, and I think that's the one thing that they're super excited for me to have the chance to play again, because I get to be back in that locker room. So aside from that, I love playing the game. I love improving, getting better, and just feeling good too. I think that's the one thing that you think you're working hard, and you look over, there's always someone doing something, working harder, finding ways to get better that you can always learn from. So you're constantly kind of exposing your own weaknesses and making yourself uncomfortable in that sense. And I think it's fun to push yourself in that way too.
When the NHL skid came out, I think it was late July this year, I imagine one of the first things you did is look to see when the first visit to Chicago was. I don't think it's till like mid-January. Is that a good thing? Would you almost want that earlier, or does it really matter?
No, it doesn't matter. I think either way, I'm sure I'll be pretty nervous. There'll be a lot of excitement, a lot of great memories just to be there with the fans in the city of Chicago. And I always found it strange. I had teammates that went to play for other teams, and they're coming into the training room to say hi to the training staff, because all those guys they're all still there. It was a real family for a long time, and so it'll be strange, but it'll be a lot of fun. And I saw Kaner went back and had a big night and scored the overtime winner, so that was just amazing to see. And so there'll be a few bucks on the board for the boys to try and get the win, but we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun either way.
What's it been like around the city since you've been back in town? Like just by the friends you've seen or people coming up to you?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I haven't really lived here much since I left home when I was a young kid, and coming back for the summers and stuff, but you're not around long enough to really like sink your roots back into the ground and get to know people around town. So it's kind of been nice just finding my way around my neighborhood and having some buddies come over and just seeing old faces too. So I'm sure there'll be much more of that too.